Hey, what's up everyone? Ryan, vocal coach here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys one tip that will absolutely change how you look and see and think about performing and singing and push your voice to that next level. So I've had a few singers who've been performing. They do some coaching sessions with me, and they've told me before that they have this issue where they want to perform or they practice and they spend all this time really training their voice, thinking about it. And when they go and actually perform, they don't feel like they were able to really bring it all. They feel like they actually maybe hold themselves back. So that's become an issue for them. They start to feel like they have a lack of confidence in themselves. This in turn affects really everything, how they sing, how they sound. What's one way to be able to help that and fix that? This one tip that I absolutely loved, and I heard once from my previous professor, it's not a matter of this is the limit of your capability and this is how much you have to show and present, but that you always need to be a step ahead of yourself. The tip is always think ahead. And what I mean by that is when you're singing and you're performing, let's say you practice and train to sing a certain part of a song and you want to blow it. That's the climax of the song, and you want everyone to be impressed by that climax. You practice it over and over and over again, and when you actually go and perform, you get to the climax and you just bomb it. It could have been that while you were performing, you were so in the moment, so in the now, you weren't prepared or ready for it. I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say you're driving down the street and you know that there's a stop sign in front. Now you're not living in the moment because you see the stop sign and you're thinking in the future, I'm gonna have to start braking the car so that way I can stop and stop at the stop sign, at the intersection. Because of that, you're not thinking of this exact second and waiting for you getting to the stop sign to actually begin to stop. You do that prior, so that way it's a good stop. When that climax is about to come, or that note, or that moment, or that run, you have to think ahead of yourself. Think about, well, that's about to come. So what physically do I need to do to prepare my body to be there? What mentally do I need to do to prepare myself for when that moment comes, I can get it without a miss, without a flaw. Think ahead of yourself, be in front of yourself, and lead your voice. It's not just that you've practiced and trained the moment of the note or the climax, but it's that you've practiced and trained everything before that. So if you work on that and you change that, that becomes a mindset. It becomes where every time you're about to actually do something and sing, you're pushing your voice forward, you're moving forward with it, you're driving it. The last thing I want to say about that, when I sang certain songs and I was preparing them to perform them, I always thought in my mind, I need to be at the finish line before I even begin singing the song, because the whole time it's carrying the momentum and building it and moving the voice forward and moving the song forward to the point where by the time I finished, I was already done a while back. I already knew that I had succeeded because my mind was already at the finish line. It was already at the end of the performance while I sang it. Does this have to apply 24/7 to every moment you sing, every song you sing? No, not necessarily. But when it comes to you trying to change things and change high notes and trying to do some runs and add some riffs on top of everything you're doing, that does take a little bit of more thought process, a little more of you thinking ahead and thinking forward. Change this mindset that you have when you perform and when you're singing and when you practice. I'm just practicing just to get that climax, just to show off the best of my ability. Instead, it should be more that I'm gonna practice this to be able to succeed and make it to the end of the finish line. And I can see the end of the finish line before it even comes here. That shows that you have not just a good sound and you have a great voice, but it shows that you have mastery and you have training and professionalism of how you're performing. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you guys wanna see more, please go ahead and click right here. You can click right there, and I will see you in the next one. See you later, guys.